Hi, my name is Wyatt Tabbert, and this is my critique on a game called Crusader Kings 3. Crusader Kings 3, also known as CK3, was released on September 1st, 2020, by a studio known as Paradox Interactive. CK3 was built using the Clausewitz engine. It is a grand strategy game mixed with RPGs. In this video, I'm starting from the beginning versus loading into the campaigns I have already started. I think to capture what makes the game great, it's easier to do from the beginning. And I am going to choose create my own ruler versus picking a pre-made character. When you do that, it'll take me to the next screen where I'll do a little bit more explanation on the possibilities and the vastness of the game. So, one thing I really like is the game is done in sort of like a map on a table sense. I think just aesthetically and as someone who grew up playing board games, it's just really enjoyable. And it's one of those games where, you paint the color of the map. But again, like I said, there's RPG elements. And it's really interesting because you can be a king, you can start as a duchy, or, you can even start as a coney. And when you start as a coney, you would then be a count. You can pick the pre-made character, and that pre-made character has all these different attributes, and he has a flag already pre-made and things like that. It's really interesting in that way. I'll say one of the critiques that I do have on the game before I get any further is you can only go up to normal difficulty, and I'm one of those people that like to play all the games I play on legendary, if that's a possibility, or whatever the hardest difficulty is. I really like to make things challenging for myself. Unfortunately, that's not there, and that's a critique. That's something I really don't like about it. Anyways, let's go to the next part where I'll show you the rest of what you can do in this game. The customization, the RPG element, and really how the game plays out. I'm going to be a male, and I'm going to be a heterosexual male. You have faith, you have culture, you have your character's name, your dynasty flag, your realm flag. You have your customization points, and in order to get achievements, you can only go to 400 or below. If you go over, you won't be able to unlock any achievements. For me, that's alright, again, because I like things when they're difficult. I could see people really not liking that in order to get achievements, you have to stay below that. Another critique on the game. But besides that, this game is incredibly great. For example, let's go to the traits. You can middle mouse button and read anything and everything about this description. It makes it really easy, and I can move around in it. But then also, boom, if I don't want that to show up, don't need it to show up. It's a really nice, simplistic yet great way of teaching it. And I will say, last critique, the game doesn't have that great of a tutorial, and I could see that being very challenging for certain people that might want to get into it. For me, rewarding. But again, I'm not a very mischievous type of guy, so I might go more for something economic based, money making, and I'll go for, say Midas touch, middle mouse button. Do I like these things? Do I like how it works? And I'll add that, and you can see that change my total customization points. And you can also see that change my general natural skills. And I am still able to get achievements. I can be married. I can add a son. I can add a daughter, and that will change it. I can min-max individual points. But I not only can do all things that will add, I can also have things that happen with negative repercussions. This gives me minus 20 if I'm possessed. It's going to make my health not as great. But, hey, I get a little bonus on my monthly learning lifestyle. Why not? And there's personality traits, right? A list and list and list. And the cool thing about all this in the game is you're never stuck with the guy that you start, because the game is a continuous game. And it goes from 867 all the way into the 1400s. And there's so many things that you can decide in the game that will change, give you traits, maybe remove traits, and so on and so forth. This game is highly customizable, historically accurate. It just allows you to change the course of time and really just foresee and see what it's like to be a king or an emperor or a religious leader. I really appreciate you listening to my brief game critique. Have a wonderful day.